Have you ever looked at someone in your field and thought, what's the difference between being a really hard worker and being seen as a leader? Well, it's usually not about who stays latest at the office. More often than not, that gap, it comes down to one thing: communication. So let's break down what that really means and how you can get it right.
And make no mistake, the stakes here are incredibly high. This quote, man, it really hits home. It shows that even the most talented, most accomplished people can accidentally sabotage themselves just with the words they choose or the way they carry themselves.
So this brings up a really important question, one I want you to keep in the back of your mind. Think about your last team meeting, your last big email. Were you communicating followership? Just signaling that you're there to take notes and follow through? Or were you communicating leadership, that you're there to set the tone and drive the direction?
Now, before we even talk about the words you're going to use, we've got to start with the foundation, because communicating like a leader isn't just about what you say. It's about how you show up. We're talking about your executive presence, that unspoken 90% that really shapes how people see you.
I love how Sylvia Ann Hewlett puts it. It's this combination of qualities that just sends a signal. It tells everyone in the room, without you saying a word, that you're in charge, or you absolutely should be. You know that feeling, right? When a true leader walks in, there's this gravity, this quiet confidence that just commands your attention.
So what actually creates that feeling? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. Harvey Kuhlman's PIE model breaks it down, and honestly, it's pretty shocking. Look at this. Just 10%, that tiny little slice, is your actual performance, the work you do. A whopping 90% comes down to your image and your exposure. It just goes to show you, perception isn't just a part of the game, it is the game.
Okay, so how do we build that powerful image? This is your cheat sheet right here. On the left, you've got all the low-status signals: speaking too quietly, fidgeting, all those little ums and airs that kill your momentum. Now, look at the right. That's the language of leadership. Speaking with purpose, making eye contact, having a still, upright posture, and using silence, using a pause to really let your point land. The difference is just night and day.
All right, so once you've got that presence dialed in, it's time to pick up your tools. And when we're talking about communication, your words are your most powerful tools, because having presence makes people listen. But choosing the right words, that's what makes them act. We're about to see how a few specific words can totally change the game.
This idea from QuarterDeck is a total game changer. There's a language of compliance, words that basically say, I'm just doing my job. And then there's a vocabulary of command, words that say, I'm setting the direction. Leaders speak the vocabulary of command, period.
So how do we actually do it? It starts with powerful verbs. Take this one, galvanized. It's so good. A manager says they helped or motivated their team, but a leader galvanized them. It means you shocked them into action. You created a sudden jolt of energy. It's active, it's dramatic, and it screams impact.
Here's another fantastic one: orchestrated. See, you didn't just manage a project, you orchestrated it. Think about a conductor. They're not just checking boxes. They are coordinating dozens of complex, moving parts, people, timelines, resources, to create one unified, beautiful result. That's what orchestration is.
And one more for the toolkit: pioneered. Instead of saying you worked on a new project, you pioneered it. This word signals you were first. You were an innovator. You didn't just join in on something that was already going, you literally created the path for others to follow.
And this slide just lays it all out perfectly. Look at the before and after here. Managed company restructuring? No. Orchestrated enterprise-wide transformation. See the difference? Responsible for sales team becomes galvanized a 45-person sales organization. This is how you talk about your work on a resume, in a review, or in the boardroom.
Okay, you've got your presence, you've got your language. Now, it's time to step into the arena. This is where the rubber meets the road, applying these skills when the pressure is on and the stakes are at their highest.
A classic high-stakes moment is presenting data to executives. You just can't walk in and drop a bunch of numbers in their lap. This 5-step process is your blueprint. You've got to know what they care about, lead with the so what, get right to the point, and crucially, speak their language. And their language is always about costs, risks, and opportunities.
And why is getting straight to the point so critical? Because of this number right here. Boards spend, on average, only 32% of their meeting time on strategy. Their time is incredibly, incredibly precious. You don't have 20 minutes to build up to your conclusion. You have to land it in the first 20 seconds.
And presenting data is just the beginning. I mean, C-suite leaders live in these high-pressure scenarios. We're talking about everything from announcing a merger, to explaining a drop in earnings, to handling a full-blown media crisis. Every single one demands a masterful command of communication.
So what's the key to navigating all this? It's one word: preparation. In crisis comms, they talk about the golden hour, that first hour after a problem hits where your response defines everything that comes after. You don't get a do-over. You can't wing it. You need a plan.
So let's bring this all home. If there's one big idea to walk away with, it's this. Start seeing every interaction you have differently. Every single conversation, every meeting, every email. It's not just another task on your to-do list. It's an opportunity to lead.
Here's your framework. It's a simple, three-part plan. First, master your presence. Project that quiet confidence before you even say a word. Second, master your language. Use those powerful verbs that show impact. And third, master your moment. Know how to apply those skills when it really counts.
I'm going to leave you with this quote from Suzanne Bates because it just says it all. Every time you open your mouth, you're auditioning for leadership. There are no small moments. Every single interaction is a chance to shape how you're seen.
So think about that. Your very next conversation today, with your boss, with your team, whoever, that's your audition. The only question is, are you ready to lead it?